What's up, Spartans? Today we're diving into the iconic crew of Halo Combat Evolved, the Marines, officers, and everyone who's fighting alongside Master Chief. From the brave grunts to the gutsy squad leaders, we're breaking down who's who and what makes each of them unforgettable. Let's jump in.
Private Manuel Mendoza was a UNSC Marine and part of Fireteam Charlie during the Battle of Installation 04 in 2552. He served aboard the Pillar of Autumn when it was attacked by the Covenant, then escaped on a lifeboat and survived the crash landing on Halo. Mendoza fought alongside Master Chief until he was evacuated by Echo 419. Later, while investigating a supposed Covenant weapons cache with Captain Keyes and Sergeant Johnson, Fireteam Charlie accidentally entered a flood containment facility. The team was ambushed, and Mendoza, after briefly resisting, was infected and transformed into a flood combat form. Hours later, Master Chief encountered the mutated Mendoza inside the structure. The creature attacked, surviving multiple shotgun blasts before collapsing, revealing a flood infection form embedded in his chest.
Staff Sergeant Stacker was one of the many Marines who crash-landed on Installation 04 following the boarding of Pillar of Autumn. His lifeboat made a hard landing in a valley near a beam emitter on the Ringworld, with him being one of the only 5 survivors of the crash. He came under attack by Covenant forces, but was rescued by John 117 and evacuated by Echo 419. Sergeant Stacker then participated in the raid of the Truth and Reconciliation's landing zone and led the reinforce that secured the silent cartographer. Sergeant Stacker was also in command of Fireteam Zulu, which was shot down in a snowy valley while on patrol. Stacker assisted John 117 in his push to the control room of the installation, but remained behind for extraction midway through the attack. It is unknown exactly how Stacker escaped Installation 04, although it is likely that he escaped with Private Chips Dubbo.
Private First Class Chips Dubbo is an Australian Marine who served during the Human Covenant War. Known for his accent, sharp one-liners, and calm attitude, he becomes a memorable face in the Halo series. He first encounters John 117 aboard the Pillar of Autumn, helping escort the unarmed Spartan to the bridge as Covenant forces invade. Dubbo survives the ship's destruction and later reunites with Master Chief on Halo, where his squad is rescued after a heavy Covenant assault. He joins the mission to board the Truth and Reconciliation, even praising Captain Keyes after the team eliminates 2 hunters. Later, Dubbo follows Keyes to what they believe is a weapons cache, only to discover a flood containment facility. He escapes alongside surviving Marines and eventually regroups with Master Chief before extraction by Echo 419. Private Kappas served under Captain Jacob Keyes with a simple duty: unlock sealed doors. During the mission on Installation 04, Keyes ordered him to open a reinforced door, unaware it was the last barrier keeping the flood contained. By carrying out that order, Kappas unintentionally released the flood, setting off the outbreak that wiped out nearly the entire squad, with only Sergeant Johnson and Vicente surviving. When Marine Riley was attacked by an infection form, Kappas managed to pull it off, but more flood forms quickly overwhelmed them. Kappas became one of the earliest Marines to be converted into a human combat form. Private Riley served in Fireteam Charlie under Staff Sergeant Avery Johnson, alongside Kappas, Vicente, Mendoza, Jenkins, Dubbo, and Lovick. Their squad was sent to investigate what they believed was a hidden Covenant weapons cache, revealed by a captured Sangheili named Qualome. Instead, the team entered a forerunner structure containing the flood. When Kappas opened a sealed door, the flood were released. Riley was the first UNSC Marine from the Pillar of Autumn to be attacked by an infection form. Kappas managed to pull the creature off, but a second one immediately latched on. Riley was overwhelmed and became one of the earliest human combat forms unleashed during the outbreak.
Corporal Lovick served aboard the UNSC Pillar of Autumn in 2552. After the ship crash-landed on Installation 04, he evacuated and regrouped with survivors at Alpha Base. Despite his rank, he was assigned to lead a second recon squad to what was believed to be a Covenant weapons cache. Instead, the team walked into the flood containment facility, already breached by the Covenant. Lovic's squad became some of the first humans attacked by the flood, and his radio calls to Captain Keyes and Sergeant Johnson came through panicked and fragmented. Most of his Marines were killed or scattered, but Lovic and a handful escaped back to the surface. When John 117 reached their position, Lovic's remaining men attempted to follow him through the swamp, only to run into more flood. With casualties mounting, Lovic and a few survivors held out until Foehammer could extract them.
Carol Foehammer Raleigh was one of the UNSC's top Pelican pilots, serving with the 23rd Naval Air Squadron aboard the Pillar of Autumn. Known for dangerous insertions and rescue missions, she and her co-pilot Fry were originally unseen characters until Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary showed them in the cockpit. After the Autumn's blind jump to the Threshold system, she escaped the Covenant assault and flew down to Installation 04, leading the remaining pilots to support ground forces. Throughout the battle, she repeatedly assisted John 117 and Cortana, extracting Marines, deploying reinforcements, and delivering them to major mission sites, including the Truth and Reconciliation, the Silent Cartographer, and the Control Room. She survived the flood outbreak by staying airborne, but was shot down by Covenant Banshees while attempting to evacuate John 117 before Halo's destruction. Foehammer was respected as one of the Autumn's finest, fearless under fire and always mission-focused. 343, Guilty Spark, served as the monitor of Installation 04 for over 101,000 years, overseeing countless test firings and one real activation long before the Master Chief ever arrived. When the Covenant accidentally triggered a full flood outbreak, Spark initiated emergency protocols and sought a reclaimer, first teleporting Staff Sergeant Marvin Mabudo to the library. Mabudo fought hard, but was killed before reaching the Index. Spark then found John 117, recruited him as the new reclaimer, and guided him through the library. With Chief's superior equipment, the Index was secured. Back in the control room, Spark explained the activation process, only for Cortana to intervene and reveal Halo's true purpose. When Master Chief refused to activate the ring, Spark turned his sentinels on him and later attempted alternate activation methods. Chief destroyed the phase pulse generators, forcing Spark to retreat to the Pillar of Autumn, where the monitor downloaded human history data and disabled the ship's self-destruct. When Master Chief detonated the engines, Spark fled the ring, surviving the destruction of Installation 04.
The Pillar of Autumn exited slipspace and discovered the Forerunner ringworld Halo. The Covenant, avoiding damage to the ring, boarded the ship instead of firing on it. Sergeant Johnson led the defense, staying on the Autumn until nearly everyone had evacuated. His escape pod crash-landed on Halo, where Covenant forces immediately attacked his scattered Marines. Johnson regrouped when Master Chief arrived to assist. Evacuated to Alpha Base, Johnson later joined Captain Keyes on a mission into Halo's swamp regions after intercepting Covenant transmissions about a large weapons cache. Inside an underground facility, the squad found mutilated Covenant bodies before encountering the flood. Infection forms overwhelmed the Marines, leaving Johnson and one other as the only survivors. Presumed dead after helmet cam footage surfaced, he later escaped. The flood failed to infect him due to his unique condition, Boren's syndrome.
Cortana guided the Pillar of Autumn to Installation 04, where the ship was attacked and boarded by Covenant forces. Captain Keyes uploaded landing zone data to his neural interface and evacuated with his command crew as the Autumn crashed. During descent, he discovered and killed a hidden Covenant operative, but their pod was still tracked. A traitorous ensign revealed their location, leading to the deaths of Keyes' crew and his capture. Keyes was taken aboard the Truth and Reconciliation, where he was interrogated until Master Chief, Marines, and Cortana rescued him. Afterward, he led troops to what they believed was a Covenant weapons cache, actually a flood containment facility.
Keyes and his Marines were overwhelmed and he was infected. The flood absorbed him into a proto-grave mind, torturing him for information. Master Chief later recovered Keyes' neural interface from his mutated remains, allowing Cortana to overload the Pillar of Autumn's engines and destroy the Halo ring.
After exiting slipspace, the Pillar of Autumn discovered the ring world known as Halo, with Covenant forces in pursuit. Cortana helped destroy several Covenant targets before the ship was overrun, forcing Captain Keyes to order an evacuation. Following protocol, John 117 was assigned to protect Cortana. When Keyes was captured, John rescued him, then located Halo's control room through the silent cartographer. Inside, Cortana uncovered that Halo wasn't a superweapon against the Covenant, it was built to wipe out all sentient life to stop the Flood. After John encountered the Flood, 343 Guilty Spark attempted to activate the ring, but Cortana stopped the process and revealed the truth. To destroy Halo, they needed to detonate the Pillar of Autumn's fusion reactors, but Keyes had already been consumed by a proto-gravemind. John retrieved the necessary codes, fought through Covenant, Flood, and Sentinels, and triggered the reactors. He and Cortana escaped by reaching a surviving longsword fighter just before the explosion shattered Installation 04.
When the Pillar of Autumn arrived at Installation 04, a dozen Covenant ships followed it through slipspace and boarded the cruiser. Captain Keyes woke John 117 and ordered him to protect the ship's AI, Cortana, before crash-landing the Autumn on the Ringworld. John escaped in a life pod, rallied Marines, and helped rescue Keyes from the Truth and Reconciliation, learning along the way that Halo was actually a superweapon. After the Covenant accidentally released the Flood, John retrieved the index for 343 Guilty Spark, only to learn from Cortana that activating Halo would wipe out all sentient life. He disrupted the ring's firing sequence, fought through Covenant, Flood, and Sentinels, and attempted to save Captain Keyes, finding him already transformed. Using Keyes' neural implants, John started the Pillar of Autumn's self-destruct, manually overloaded its reactors, and escaped in a longsword fighter as Installation 04 was destroyed. Only a handful of UNSC personnel survived.
And that's a wrap on Halo Combat Evolved's human cast. Whether it's the Marines holding the line or the crew keeping the ship running, these characters added a ton of personality to the fight against the Covenant. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more Halo content, and drop a comment telling us your favorite character from the crew. Until next time, stay Spartan.